beneath the surface of our oceans, lies a world we were never meant to see. A realm without sunlight, without seasons, without mercy. And yet, life thrives here, not despite death, but because of it. This is the story of one of the most powerful ecological events on Earth. A single life ending, and an entire world beginning. This is Whale Fall. A whale is among the largest organisms to have ever lived. Longer than a bus. Heavier than any dinosaur that walked on land. A single body holding decades of stored energy. Fat, protein, calcium, carbon. While alive, a whale shapes the ocean. It feeds, migrates, dives, and circulates nutrients across thousands of kilometers. But its greatest ecological impact may begin only after its final breath. Because when a whale dies in the open ocean, it does not simply disappear. It begins a descent. At first, the body floats. Gases from decomposition swell the carcass. And for days, sometimes weeks, it drifts at the surface. Seabirds gather. Sharks arrive. The ocean takes its first share. But eventually, the gases escape. And when they do, gravity reclaims what buoyancy once held. The whale tips downward. And begins to sink. Slowly. Silently. 30 tons of life. Passing through worlds that were never meant to see it. The descent begins in the sunlight zone. Here, the ocean is bright. Energy is everywhere. Phytoplankton capture sunlight. Fish feed on plankton. Predators feed on fish. Nearly all life in the ocean depends on this thin, illuminated layer. But the whale does not stop here. As it sinks past 200 meters, light weakens. Photosynthesis fades. The green engine of the ocean shuts down. In the twilight zone, life survives on leftovers. There are no plants. No forests. No farms. Only what falls from above. Tiny particles drift downward. Flakes of dead plankton. Waste. Fragments of tissue. Scientists call it marine snow. To us, it looks insignificant. To the animals here, it is the difference between survival and starvation. And then, something impossible appears. A shadow far larger than anything that belongs in this world. The falling whale. For the creatures of the deep, food is measured in scarcity. Meals are small. Energy is rationed. So when a whale carcass arrives, it is not just food. It is a catastrophe of abundance. A food bomb. Tens of thousands of kilograms of organic matter. Delivered in a single event. Chemical signals spread through the water. Scent travels far in the cold, dense depths. And life begins to converge. The whale reaches the seafloor. Here, in the abyss, sunlight has never existed. Temperatures hover just above freezing. Pressure is hundreds of times greater than at the surface. The seafloor is vast, flat, and quiet. For long stretches, it is nearly lifeless. And now, resting at its center, lies the body of a giant. The first arrivals are the mobile scavengers. They do not appear all at once. There is no sudden crowd, no single dramatic entrance. Instead, they emerge from the darkness gradually, drawn by chemical trails spreading through the cold water. Sleeper sharks glide in first. Massive, slow-moving bodies adapted for energy conservation. They circle the carcass with deliberate patience. Their movements economical, almost indifferent. Six-gill sharks follow, bearing features that predate most modern fish. They are built for depth, for pressure, for darkness. Rat-tail fish hover nearby, their elongated bodies tapering into thread-like tails. Eyes adapted to detect the faintest movement in a world without light. And then, from the sediment itself, come the hagfish. Jawless, eel-like, often mistaken for something unfinished. They slip into the scene unnoticed at first. Their skin slick with mucus. Their bodies flexible beyond what seems possible. Hagfish do not wait for access. They burrow. They push directly into the whale's flesh, entering through soft tissue, through eyes, through wounds left by earlier scavengers. Inside, they twist their bodies into knots, looping and tightening themselves, using their own mass as leverage. There are no jaws, no biting teeth. Instead, rows of keratinous plates rasp against flesh, tearing tissue apart from the inside. It is not fast. It is not graceful. But it is relentless. Sharks take massive bites from the exterior, shearing away slabs of meat, each bite removing kilograms at a time. What took decades to grow? What required migrations across entire oceans? What accumulated energy slowly, patiently, is dismantled in months, sometimes in weeks. The violence of this stage is not dramatic in the human sense. There is no frenzy, no urgency, only efficiency. The scavengers do not compete. They do not rush. There is enough for everyone. This stage is brief not because it is weak, but because it is devastatingly effective. And when it ends, the whale is already becoming something else. As the flesh disappears, the transformation spreads outward. What was once a single, monumental object begins to dissolve into the surrounding environment. Liquids seep into the sediment. Fragments drift away. Microscopic particles disperse. The seafloor responds. Sediment that was once nutrient-poor becomes enriched with organic matter. Bacterial populations explode. Invisible at first, then measurable, then undeniable. Microbes multiply in numbers rarely seen in the abyss. They break down proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, releasing byproducts that further alter the chemistry of the surrounding seafloor. Oxygen levels shift. pH changes. Chemical gradients form. The whale is no longer a carcass. It becomes a zone. An area where the rules are temporarily different. An expanding halo of biological activity, radiating outward from the bones. In a place defined by scarcity, this redistribution of energy is transformative. Life responds not in individuals, but in communities. And those communities are only beginning to assemble. Deep within the bones, where oxygen cannot easily penetrate, anaerobic bacteria begin their work. They break down lipids slowly, methodically, cell by cell. In the process, they release hydrogen sulfide. To humans, this gas is lethal, a marker of decay. To deep-sea microbes, it is opportunity. Chemosynthetic bacteria thrive here, using chemical reactions instead of sunlight. To produce organic matter, they take energy locked in molecules and turn it into life. This process mirrors photosynthesis, but without light. A parallel system, a different engine. And as bacterial populations grow, they create the foundation for an entirely new ecosystem. A sunless ecosystem. 1620, a new kind of life. Expanded long-form narration. White bacterial mats spread across the bones, coating them like frost. These mats are not passive. They are alive. They pulse with metabolic activity, converting chemical energy into biomass. And where bacteria flourish, larger organisms follow. Clams arrive first, embedding themselves in sulfide-rich sediment. Inside their tissues, they host bacteria that provide them with nutrition. Mussels attach to exposed bone surfaces, anchoring themselves to cracks and crevices. Where sulfide concentrations are highest, tube worms grow upward from the bones, their bodies elongated, their internal organs dominated by symbiotic microbes. These animals do not feed in the traditional sense. They farm bacteria inside their own bodies. This community does not photosynthesize. It chemosynthesizes. Life powered entirely by decay. This stage does not fade quickly. It can persist for decades, long after all visible flesh is gone. Then come the most specialized inhabitants of all. The bone eaters. Oasis worms. They appear delicate, almost fragile, their feathery plumes extending into the water. But beneath the surface, their true structure is revealed. Oasis have no mouth, no stomach, no digestive tract. Instead, they drill. Their root-like structures penetrate deep into the bone, branching through lipid-rich channels. Within these roots live bacteria, specialized microbes that digest fats and share the energy with their host. Oasis are entirely dependent on whale falls. They cannot survive without them. Their existence is tied to the death of giants. They did not evolve before whales existed. Their evolutionary history is written in bone. 2010, Islands in the Deep. Expanded long-form narration. Each whale fall becomes a biological island. An oasis in an otherwise empty abyss. Hundreds of species gather here. Many of them found nowhere else on Earth. These communities are isolated, separated by vast distances of barren seafloor. Yet they may be connected. Some scientists believe whale falls act as stepping stones, allowing species to disperse between distant ecosystems, such as hydrothermal vents and cold seeps. In this way, the death of a single whale links regions of the deep ocean that would otherwise remain disconnected. Energy moves. Genes move. Life persists. 2200 hours, time beyond human scale. Expanded long-form narration. Human timelines are short. A forest fire recovers in decades. A coral reef, in centuries. A whale fall operates on a different clock. For 50 years. 70 years. Sometimes close to 100. Long after the bones collapse. Long after the last oasis disappear. The sediment remains altered. The chemical signature of the whale persists. The seafloor remembers. For centuries, humans hunted whales relentlessly. Millions were killed. Each whale taken was a whale fall that never happened. Energy removed from the ocean before it could reach the deep. No alarm sounded. No collapse was visible. But the abyss felt it. Silently. 25:10 Modern threats. Expanded long-form narration. Today, new pressures emerge. Deep-sea mining disturbs sediment. That has remained untouched for millennia. Pollution sinks downward, accumulating far from its source. Climate change alters oxygen levels, reshaping habitats we barely understand. We are interfering with systems whose complexity exceeds our knowledge. And whale falls remain among the least understood of all. 26:40, Why it matters. Expanded long-form narration. Whale falls reveal something fundamental. That life does not require light. That death is not an endpoint. That collapse can create complexity. They remind us that the ocean is not empty. It is patient. Waiting. 28:00, Closing. Expanded long-form narration. Somewhere in the darkness right now, a whale is falling. No witnesses. No sound. Just gravity. Time. And life preparing to respond. For the next 50. 70. Maybe 100 years. An entire world will exist. Because one giant stopped swimming. This is Whale Fall.